Hi folks, Jordan here. Before we start this episode of Bone Throwers Theater, I did want to mention that there is mention of illegal drugs, sexual harassment in the workplace, and ephobophilia. Nothing overly graphic or obscene is mentioned, but if these topics are triggers for you, or if you have small children in listening distance, this may not be the episode for you. We understand how serious these issues are, and no maliciousness was intended when these story elements were used. Thanks very much, and if you choose to continue, I hope you enjoy this episode. Bones are amazing things. They hold us up, they support us, they make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear. Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast. Thanks very much for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. We are continuing on with our special edition con episodes, so we are really excited to be continuing on with Fiasco. Last session, I got hung out to dry by Dan Macchio, who's being played by Jeff. So
yeah.
The thing was,
Michael.
Michael. Yeah, I was stealing money to try and cover my house mortgage, so I wouldn't get foreclosed on, and things just did not go my way. So now it's moved on to Michael, and so we're going to see what he has in store for us now.
All right, I'm going to choose to frame my scene.
Okay.
And in this scene, I'm going to address my need of needing to get into whatever they're into over there.
Okay.
Getting arrested, you mean?
This is actually going to take place, we'll say next day. And this is going to be evening time.
Okay.
Time for the daily ritual of feuding.
And I'm looking out my window at Leroy Jenkins' house trying to plot what my next attack will be. When I see his niece Joy out in the backyard lighting up.
A doobie.
Yes.
All right.
Do I have a friend with me?
Not at the moment.
You're a goth chick. You don't have friends, do you?
You're expecting somebody to come over, though.
Ah, okay.
So.
Would you like to be a male or a female somebody, John?
We also have another con member sitting here with us, observing. His name is John, not to be confused with Johnny. If it's okay with you, John, at some point, if you want to play like an extra character in the game, you're more than welcome to jump in, and we'll probably find a place for you to do that at some point along the way.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Joy has probably just gotten home from, I guess, a late shift.
You picked up a late shift.
Yeah, I picked up a late shift today. So I just got home from it.
Where do you work, Joy?
I work at the Chicken Hut. Running my life. So I just stepped out on the back porch, made sure Uncle Leroy was safe in his room asleep, and then I stepped out on the back porch and I pulled out my little stash that I got from one of my coworkers, and I'm gonna go ahead and light up.
Now, do you have a particular favorite strain of marijuana that you enjoy? I mean, there's stuff like there's MILF weed, there's
Dinkins special.
There's Pollo Loco. There's.
I'm gonna say, for the purposes of anyone I know listening to this, that I'm indiscriminate. I know nothing about weed.
Okay.
So anyway, she goes ahead and lights up.
All right.
And just leans back against the banister listening to the crickets.
And Michael, has his window open, staring over at Jenkins' house, he smells a familiar aroma
Oh, trust me, I know it will.
coming up. And he takes a look down and he sees Joy in the backyard, puffing away. He decides to go down and talk to her. So, Joy.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Warner.
Don't worry. Hey, I actually want to talk to you.
She tucks the weed behind her back and kind of
Is it still lit?
behind her back.
Oh, okay.
Not in her back.
Okay. Just don't catch yourself on fire.
And just like,
Hey, don't worry. Chill. I was just wondering, where did you score that around here?
and she visibly relaxes. Score what? I don't know what you're talking
You know
about.
exactly what I'm talking about. Let me get a hit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I haven't smoked any of that stuff in good, 20 years now?
You smoked?
Yeah, everybody did back in the day.
How do I know you're not just setting me up?
Why would I narc on you?
Are you part of the neighborhood watch or something?
Nah, I got an inside man there already.
You're not gonna tell my mom, are you?
No. I understand what it's like to be a kid. It's stressful. Especially with your uncle.
Crazy old man. All right. Here you go.
Thank you.
She just pulls out
Wow.
another one.
It has been a long time. So, yeah, where'd you score this?
Got a coworker.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get a number? I wouldn't mind,
I don't know if they're okay with me giving out their number.
Tell you what, you want to be the middleman for me?
Yeah, maybe.
Wouldn't it be interesting if your supplier was actually coming over?
It would be interesting.
Please get him.
No, the police have already come and gone.
We just
Maybe.
went in-
I mean, what do you?
No.
Sorry.
We just went ahead and gave Johnny a white die with the intention of him positively scoring some weed.
Positively score.
Not negative.
How does that work?
It could be a bad batch.
I don't know. Maybe I'd have to I'd have to check with him.
So, when's the next time you talk to him?
I don't know. And then her cell phone beeps at her. She pulls it out and she's like, "Oh, actually, give me a second." She texts back to the person, "John, what's your name?"
Oh, I'd rather sit this out.
Okay.
Are you
that's
sure?
good.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to be my dealer?
I'll be your dealer.
Should it be Harold?
Well, Harold.
Actually?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That does make
Just
sense.
saying.
Okay.
Okay, Harold. You,
Talking about
Alright.
making meth earlier.
yeah.
So this is via text message.
This is my gateway. Yeah.
This is via texting. Okay.
All right. So, actually, looks like he just got off. Not like that, guys. Come on.
Well, not yet.
Let me see if he wants to come over.
Okay.
Hang on.
Alright. Come on over.
Oh, so we. Yeah, of course he's coming over.
Meanwhile, we sit there and talk about the cool old bands, and I tell
Yeah.
you about my intrigue in metal. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I tell you about what we did back in the day when I smoked when I was a
Right.
kid.
You saw Metallica when they were first.
Please.
So then Harold shows up.
Harold appears.
It's like, hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, Harold. So
Oh, hey, Michael. What's up?
I was just sitting here talking to Joy, enjoying a little smoke.
You're her friend. She mentioned.
Neighbor.
Yeah. So you deal this stuff, eh? How come I haven't found out about this before?
I need to be careful.
Well,
if
you know,
understand.
Harold here is a
I
member
understand that,
of the
but,
neighborhood
yeah.
watch.
Yeah, I heard about your promotion.
You really think that
He's
I
a
could?
real upstanding member of
I
the
am.
community.
I am. You really think that I can afford to live here, just making the money as manager at Chicken Hut?
I don't know if fast food pays.
I'm
Not
saying.
enough.
Just have to have a little something on the side.
I understand.
So you interested?
Yeah, let me get a bag.
All right. And at this point, Harold actually double charges him.
I don't know if that's positive for.
Oh, that's true.
Dan.
Well, he's still getting what he wants.
Yeah, he's still getting what he wants. He's just overpaying.
Okay, fine.
And maybe all I think is that,
Man,
you know, I'm
prices
paying
sure
less
have gone
'cause
up
I'm
over the years.
Yeah, because this stuff is like very.
I remember when a
Very
dime bag used to actually cost a dime.
Well, it's not anymore.
Yeah.
It's more like $100.
Good grief. Well, I guess I'll take it this time, but I don't know if I can start this habit back up.
Enjoy
It's
it.
expensive.
Do you need anything else?
Not today, but now that I know that you're around, I might be calling you about it.
All right.
So-
So, by the way, I got that weed killer for you that
Awesome,
you wanted.
awesome.
So
What?
I can bring it by.
Yeah, if you bring it by tomorrow, that'd be great.
Okay.
What you using
Sounds
that
good.
for?
I got some weeds to kill.
You hear from inside the house, Joy, something's burning.
It's my uncle. I gotta go.
I understand. Go take care of the old
See you
coop.
tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be waiting.
Bye, Mr.
scene.
Warner.
And scene.
Yep.
And over.
Okay, so did you
At my feet.
have you given away your
No,
white dye
check
yet?
here.
Very nice.
All right.
So what do we got going on? Who's getting the white dye?
I'll give it to you.
Fantastic. Now I've got a white and a black, which is only gonna
Yeah,
cost
that's
me
kind of
problems.
becoming the
Yeah, I got a
pattern.
white and
Not for
black
me.
too. Everyone does.
Well, everybody's got two.
Oh.
Except for
All right.
Leroy.
Wait, everybody's got two?
No, you have not.
Well, almost everybody.
What was that?
I don't know.
So
There are two people left.
Yeah, it's two.
So,
yeah.
But that means there should be two people with one,
Yeah.
or one person with three.
I don't know.
Yeah, what's with the math here?
Yeah, something's off.
Okay, so let's count the dice.
Pulls it really fast. We'll be right back.
Okay, good.
I want to frame the scene. And it's going to address my need to get free from a memory of something I should not have seen. And it's going to be a flashback
Okay.
on the night of the incident.
When you broke your back.
Yes. Trying to figure out what it exactly is that I actually found in Mr. Warner's garage.
Gimp suit is always fun.
Oh, I'm not into that.
You're into weed.
They're not necessarily
Nah, I'm
mutually
joking.
inclusive.
Naked pictures of your sister. I mean, that would work, right? Ramp up the hatred.
Yeah, let's do that.
How far away did your sister live before her and Joy moved into your house?
They just moved one
Oh,
house
yeah,
over.
how did they
I'd say-
get the pictures? Maybe they were visiting.
I figured it's close enough that her mom could keep her same job.
Okay, so probably only like 20 miles or so.
Well,
Yeah.
but she had to switch to the night shift, which was a cut in pay.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, night shifts
It's
would.
bump and pay.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. Is like she had to start working the night shift,
Oh, so
and she
she-
had less pay, so her daughter had to start
So
working.
she changed jobs.
So she did change jobs, and Joy couldn't attend the same school.
Yeah.
So
Well, 20 miles is more than enough to account for
Schools.
schools. It could be enough to count for jobs if her car is not reliable.
okay, or maybe
Yeah,
we
let's-
don't have a car
I mean, just,
because I have to get a ride home.
It's close enough that I've seen them around. If you
Right. We were over visiting for a weekend or something. 4th of July weekend or something. And that's why you wanted your tools back, was to like get the house put back together from, I don't know, I broke something.
But the
So good.
pictures were in a scene that I did not recognize. So it wasn't like my house. It wasn't like.
Block party?
no,
No? Okay.
Dungeon.
a
what I'm
cabin in
saying,
the
man.
woods. 16 years ago.
Oh, so in other words, Michael used
High
to
school.
be with
High
your
school.
sister.
What if they were together at high school?
Yeah.
16 years ago.
So
17 years ago.
So is this a
She's
scene where he
16,
finds
so
it
17
and
years
then
ago.
Dude.
Michael finds
Yes.
Leroy finding it?
Yes.
What?
17 years ago.
No.
17 years
Oh.
ago.
Split up with my dad?
17 years ago.
Do it.
Oh no. Oh.
And during the scene, when
Now-
you find the photos, should Michael find you finding the photos?
No.
No.
No wonder you try so hard to make my life miserable.
Well,
The question is, has he figured out?
I don't think
I don't
anybody's figured that out at this point.
Well, my mom works
He
nights,
just,
so he
he
probably
just knows
doesn't
it was
see
Well-
pictures of his sister.
Well, but he's
Your mom would
unemployed.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom would know, but he might not.
Yeah.
Unless he's seen my mom since she's moved into your house.
Which-
But this is a flashback, so at this time he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
Yep.
So this is the night of the incident. This is probably a flashback, maybe.
And your outcome is.
We have
Or
to choose.
Well-
you're framing it. So,
He's
okay.
framing. We choose.
Flashback, maybe. Let's say you've been living there a year now.
So we've been
yeah.
feuding for about a year.
Yeah.
A year?
That'll give
Yeah,
the
year,
police
6
enough
months,
chance
yeah.
to know.
Be
Oh,
familiar
we should
with.
have pitched that in. To the, Mr. Jenkins. How you doing? All right, yeah. So, yeah, that's the scene. So
All right.
I'm walking over to,
To my garage.
Is
Well-
this just a solo scene?
Well, not completely, but it's mostly.
Because he was probably
That's
still
what-
working,
Do
which
you
is
have-
why you ended up in his garage when he wasn't there.
Here's an idea. What if you come over to his house to loan him the tools, and he's sitting at on the couch looking at an old photo album.
Nah.
yeah.
No, because he had
'Cause
already
I was
said
going
that he
to
had had
get
the
the
tools.
tools.
for a
Okay,
long
so you're
time.
coming to get the tools.
That's why it calls him
Okay.
to run into the garage door when he was trying to run out,
Okay. Okay.
breaking my
They
garage
were
door with
on
his back.
the tool counter on the side of the
So yeah,
the
the
garage.
garage when you see it, it's a.
next
And
to
you
the
knocked
tools
down
he
a
was using.
box of old photos and yearbooks and stuff.
So here's the setup. You walk into the garage, or you walk up to the garage and lift the door. It wasn't locked, and it's chaos in there.
All right. Yeah. Let's say you're not home at
No,
the time.
I'm not home at the
but
time.
you are.
He's working.
You
At
are
this
on
point,
your-
we're
you're
on good.
pulling-
We're on
He
you're-
good
hasn't been
terms.
fired yet.
You say when the incident happens, you're pulling up
Yeah. At
into your driveway.
So we're on good terms when you go over to my
That's what-
house.
That's how the garage door falls on you. The cat startles you.
Okay. Right.
So
Yeah.
we're on good terms. You come over to my house. I'm not home.
So I'm knocking on the door. Yo, Michael.
No answer.
Michael. Michael. Michael.
Beautiful.
Tools.
Dang it. I'm just going to go get him. So lift up the garage door. Man, this place is a mess. I see my toolbox way in the back in there, so I'm climbing over stuff, knocking stuff over. A couple boxes spill over, open up. I just don't take any notice. I'm grabbing them, and then as I'm on my way out, just take a look down, see some photos that got spilled out of the box, and notice that there are photos of my sister, and I'm like, And at that moment, headlights I see turn in, and I turn and go to take a step out and step on the cat. So I jump back, actually hit the garage door, and
You fall.
Falls down.
And it falls down on you.
I think it's obvious you get a black die because
falls down. But I want to
there's no way
Yeah,
it goes.
let's play this out. How this
Yeah.
actually happens.
Alright. I pull in the driveway. I see the garage door slam down. And I park the car and get out, and I assume you're screaming if you're not conscious.
Yeah.
Is it, Leroy, what are you doing?
I was like, get this thing off of me. Get it off!
And I go and I try to lift it,
It's like,
and it doesn't lift, and I need your help push it up, man.
I can't move.
All right. And I say, all right, hold on. Let me go call the fire department. And I go and I call the fire department.
If you'd just given me my tools 2 months ago.
You never asked for them back.
While you're waiting for the fire department, do you bring up the pictures?
No.
So, all right, call the fire department. I go out. I keep trying to lift the door, and I can't hold the door open and pull you out at the same time. So you're still stuck there until the fire department shows up. Fire department shows up. They use Jaws life to probably open the door enough to slide you out. In which time, the door jams in a crooked angle and will never shut again.
Not all the way,
And
anyway.
somewhere in that process, I go unconscious because of the pain.
Next, you wake up at the hospital, and the doctor tells you that you're paralyzed from the waist down.
Scene.
See,
Bummer for you, Leroy.
Man, I just feel like we really got serious. All of a sudden.
It was that weed we were smoking. The imaginary weed.
thus the feuding begins.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Give it away.
See, we were friends at one point in time.
Lisa.
The awkward silence where you don't know where to place the die.
Right.
How depressing.
Because
If you do that again.
if you give it to
Jeff,
Jeff,
you're the winner.
Oh,
Really?
where'd you go?
Party foul.
Okay, Stephanie,
All right, it's my turn.
your turn.
Okay, I'm trying to think. I've got to bring my location in at some point here, so I think I'm going to go
Well, it's been
ahead.
mentioned several times. But
Yeah, but we haven't actually gone to it, which is kind
Had
of
a
my
scene, yeah.
understanding that there has to be like a scene involving the location. So, I'm gonna say it's the chicken hut. It is the day after I hooked up my supplier with my neighbor and now apparently father. Not that I know that. But my mom dropped me off because I have a mid-shift, a middle of the day shift. And I'm going to be there with my boss, Harold, and let's say a trainee named...
Mike, what do you want your name to be?
Trainee at
Crap.
Trainee named
Mike
That's an
is,
interesting
Mike is
name.
rejoining us.
Yep.
His fabulous performance as a police officer.
Oh, yeah. So you say. All right, a
that's
trainee.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus. There you go.
Seamus. Okay.
Seamus the
So
trainee at the chicken hut.
it's a middle of the day shift, kind of slow. We're training Seamus, and Harold's the boss at the chicken hut. So, Harold, you're walking Mike through,
Seamus.
or yeah, sorry, walking Seamus through. I'm horrible with names. Through the whole shift and everything. Meanwhile, I'm working the till and just looking miserable. Yeah, thank you.
And Seamus, this is obviously where we cut the chicken. This is where we cut the chicken. Any questions about that, Seamus?
Trying to think about
Yeah,
my.
why are you trying to do it with a pair of scissors, not a knife?
We actually find it to be significantly more efficient. Instead of having to slam the knife down to cut the backbone out, you can just use the scissors to cut through it. This way it cuts down on the amount of accidents. Don't want you to lose a hand or fingers or nose.
Is that why you only have 2 left on your left hand?
I went to war, thank you very much.
Yeah, went to war with a chicken, I'm guessing.
All right, Seamus, this is not going well already. You're already on probation. First
Like
thing on the
first
job.
day. What are you talking about?
This
probation?
is a record, Seamus. Anyway,
Harold,
Yes.
Do we have any more of those tater tots, or do I need to order some more?
I don't know. You want to go in the back and take a look? I'll help you look for them.
Okay. Does Seamus know how to cover the front? What am I saying? I don't care.
Seamus, just cover the register. You've done that before, right?
I've only been here 30
Just
minutes.
do it.
I just tossed Stephanie a white die.
I'm trying to figure out what that means for her.
Yeah. So,
She's going to the back room with.
It's
Yeah,
but
the
it's
walk.
good.
it's the walk-in cooler, basically.
All right. Well, okay. I got an idea. All right. Okay. So, yeah, she walks into the refrigerator and she's like, "See, we're only down to like 2 bags, and we haven't even hit the dinner shift yet."
And that's when Harold like comes up behind her and kind of like puts his arms around her from behind.
Harold,
It's cool. I thought this is what you want.
I was talking about tater tots.
I mean, metaphorically, I mean, I thought this is what you wanted when you were referring to quote unquote tater tots.
No, I meant the actual tater tots.
Look, I mean, it's cool. I hook you up with weed. You know, come on.
Yeah, I didn't say anything about hooking up with anything other than weed.
Why are you being lame like this? Come on.
What are you talking about being lame? You're old.
Look, you've been flirting with me.
Excuse me?
You've been flirting with me. I know it.
How have I been flirting with you?
Come on. I mean, just the way you bend over when you're picking up the chickens. I mean, you're...
Paraplegic.
Wait, what?
Just trust me, all the signs are there. All the signs are there.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, do you want me to order more tater tots or not?
Depends on what you mean by order more tater tots.
I told you what I meant.
Well, I'm trying to tell you what I want.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what you want. Listen, I don't get paid enough to deal with this crap.
I'll give you a raise.
Really?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
What are you guys doing in there?
We're talking about tater tots, Seamus. Go back to the till.
I want you, but I need help out here. All the customers are yelling and screaming and throwing chicken bones at me.
What, all the customers? It's just old lady Earl.
This is all part of the training, Seamus. Just go through it.
Yeah, but one of the leg bones got caught in my arm.
Just a
first aid
minute.
kit.
I'll be
Take
out
care
there
of
in
it.
just a minute.
All right.
So, what kind of raise we talking here, Harold? And she kind of runs a finger down his arm.
I don't know. $1 an hour.
I don't know. See, I'm saving up for a car. I'm really tired of, you and my mom having to drive me everywhere. I'm sure you're getting tired of driving me everywhere, too.
Not really.
Yeah, well, I'm getting tired of it. So, I could really use some extra money. I mean, I really need a car. So, maybe we could talk about, like, say, $5 an hour.
Increase?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then that means that this kind of stuff happens all the time. And he starts, like, feeling her up.
Like holding his hands up.
Harold,
What, Seamus? What?
can you get laid on your own dime and help me, please?
Oh my gosh.
You're fired, Seamus.
Can't afford to pay you anymore.
That's true.
Well, great. Now you just lost a new employee, so I guess you have that extra money.
As long as you know how this works.
I want more weed, too.
A little bit. We can do that.
All right. Well, just remember, Harold, I'm 16. So, this better work for me, too.
As long as neither of us talk, it's all good.
Oh, I can talk as much as I want. Who are they going to believe? The 16-year-old victim? Or, the skeevy old man running the chicken hut?
Look, I'm part of the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, we know how effective you are.
I just got an award from the mayor.
Out of game context, considering our line of work and awards, Carlin.
Yeah.
Anyway, back in game.
He's a man.
Well, all I'm saying is, you could be nice.
Oh, I'll be nice.
Yeah, okay. Well, why don't you come over tonight? Maybe around like 9.
Okay, as long as Leroy's asleep.
Oh, jeez, yeah, no kidding. Well, all right, well, maybe we'll talk about this a little more later, but I really think Seamus actually does need help out there. I can hear people talking.
Fine.
All right! We're coming!
I know, but one of the fires caught fire and I need help.
Oh, crap. Coming!
Scene.
He continued to work the fryers after he was fired.
All right.
He doesn't know sarcasm all that
Thanks,
well.
Seamus.
Well done.
All right, so who are you going to give away your white die to? If we could give it to Mike, we would.
Oh, you know what? Too much bad stuff has been happening to poor Leroy. I think he needs a good dice.
Leroy's going to come out on top.
Yeah. That's what we're looking for.
All right, and it's time for the tilt.
Okay, well, first we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we are going to be working on the tilt, and we'll see what comes of that. Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. The cast is Carlin, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, Jordan, and Stephanie. This podcast is released under our Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. Please feel free to share the podcast, but please do not modify it or attempt to gain financially from it. To find the show online, visit our site, bonethrowerstheater.com. Our Twitter feed is @bonethrowerstheater, and our email address is bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Join our social networks on Facebook and Google+. Podcast art was designed by Laura Tress and is used with her permission. Until next time, may the bones fall in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.